the Reject Nation! Aaron and I are about to embark on a classic journey with a classic flight with a classic comedy, Airplane. Any film that has an exclamation point in its title has me excited. Are you excited?
I'm super excited to get on this plane. All I know is it has a twisted airplane on the cover, so who knows what's gonna happen.
I've seen the cover many, many times. I'm sure it's one of those films that I will have gotten references of the films that it influenced, and I'm pretty sure it is something that led to great spoofs like Scary Movie, etc., especially with the casting. I feel like that's like something I'll discover as we go along. This film was made in 1980. We're about to watch it on Paramount Plus. Very excited to dive into all of its intricacies. Let us know in the comments below what other comedies you like in this vein. Let us know if you are an Airplane fan. I would like to thank the fine folks at Prepper for making this possible, without whom these YouTube videos could not exist. Without the fine editors, the unsung heroes, Prepper, we appreciate you very much. If you'd like to see this full video in its entirety without edits, head on over to Patreon where you can watch this like you're sitting next to us on the couch. You can also catch exclusive watch-alongs that John and Greg do just over there. As Aaron and I walked in, they were filming one in the back in the other studio, and we interrupted, so maybe you can find the Easter egg of Greg looking over confusedly at me entering. That is available over at Patreon. And finally, where can they get these shirts, Aaron?
RejectNationShop.com. Get so many tees like these. As also go support your She-Jacks because they got a whole line of clothes that they've been putting out. They got shirts, they got sweaters. They're awesome. Go check them out.
It helps them out greatly, helps us out greatly. Without further ado, let's check out Airplane in 3, 2, 1. Oh, this is great. Little Jaws reference plane.
This is a great reference to a movie I've never seen. I know, dude.
Well, I mean, I've never seen Airplane, so who am I to judge? AFI's top 10 comedies of all time.
I just know Andrew would love this because he's a huge Jaws fan.
Even the jump out. Clever.
Airplane.
Exclamation point in the title. Again, you've always going to get me. So dramatic. LAX.
Yeah. Oh, wow. 80s and LAX.
Look at it, man. It's so different.
So different, yet not at all. It's still just busy as hell.
Just a problem. People still drive the same crossing and hoping.
Oh, yeah.
Short credits. Only a couple starrings.
Okay. Small cast, big plane. We'll see how it happens.
Loading and unloading of passengers only. There is no stopping in the red zone.
Is that like the Pan Am? Looks like same colors.
It's definitely like a flashier quality plane. Was TWA a real airline? TFA? Looks like TFA.
Tiafa. Never heard of it, and it probably doesn't exist anymore. Or they made it up for the movie.
Or they made it up for the movie.
No, the white zone is for loading and unloading, and there is no stopping in the red zone.
The red zone has always been for loading and unloading.
Can't make that joke.
That's so good. So good. It changes every time.
Listen, Betty, don't start up with your white zone shit again.
They're arguing over the PA. It's so good.
We'd like you to have this flower from the Church of Religious Consciousness. Would you like to make a donation?
No thanks, we gave it the offer.
Oh, that guy looks so familiar. Ah, it's gonna kill me.
Would you put all your metal objects into this dish, please?
Jesus.
There's just no stopping in a white zone.
Oh, really, Vernon? Why pretend? We both know perfectly well what it is you're talking about. You want me to have an abortion?
Whoa!
No stopping in that white zone.
I'll be back in a minute.
Well, that guy. He looks familiar.
Love that joke.
We'd like you to have this flower on behalf of the Church of Religious Consciousness.
Leaks the coat.
Hey, Larry, where's the forklift? It's over there by the baggage loader.
No, don't do that. Oh, God!
Wow. That is an expensive joke. That's insane.
That was wild. I love that they did that.
I can't imagine that wasn't practical. How could they have... That's an expensive joke.
Oh, man. Worth it.
Elaine, I've got to talk to you.
I just don't want to go over it anymore.
This is like the end of a rom-com. It's great.
But it's at the top because that's what always happens at airports.
If you'll just be patient, I can work things out.
I have been patient and I've tried to help, but you wouldn't even let me do that.
If they do a joke where there's an actual guy playing a violin.
Oh, I hope you're right. Just to the left.
Yeah.
And I can't live with the man I don't respect.
Hey.
What a pisser.
We got a fourth wall break instead. I'll take it.
I'll take it. I like it.
PG
Whacking
nudity.
material.
PG nudity.
Modern.
Wow.
No, the white phone. Captain over, white courtesy phone. Captain Clarence over.
I've got it.
The omnipresent voices are great.
This is Dr. Brody at the Mayo Clinic.
There's a passenger on your Chicago flight 209.
Mayo Clinic.
So much mayo.
En route to Minneapolis. She's scheduled for a heart transplant. We'd like you to tell her mother that we found a donor an hour ago.
What the heart?
We must have the recipient on the operating table within 6 hours.
I want you to make sure that she's kept in a reclined position.
The volume of jokes at all times.
I have an emergency call for you on line 5 from a Mr. Ham.
All right, give me ham on 5. Hold the mail.
It's interesting how serious and epic the music feels for something so unserious.
Yeah, the juxtaposition, yeah, it's pretty solid.
Yeah.
That ham on rye joke made me laugh more than I thought it would. That was solid. It's good.
I promise I can change.
Then why didn't you take the job that Louis Netz offered you at Boeing?
You know, I haven't been able to get near a plane since the war. Even if I could, they wouldn't hire me because of my war record. Elaine, if you just give me one more...
Too late, Ted. I'm going to start my life all over again.
Excuse me, we'd like you to have flower from the Church of Religious Consciousness.
Their subplot is so intense.
That guy's still in the car waiting.
Oh, yeah, 100%. He turned the flag off. He's just seeing.
He's chilling there.
Any word on that storm lifting over Salt Lake, Clarence?
No, not likely, Victor. I just reviewed. It's an included front stalled over the Dakotas, backed up all the way to...
God damn.
Oh, that's good.
This is exactly how planes work.
Yeah, 100%.
Light scattered cover at 20,000, icing around 15.
Oh, no! Oh, God!
I like that there's the joke you expect, the level up, and then the absurd. Like, it's like the 1, 2, 3 of comedy, but it just escalates. It's so good.
The build-up is so unexpected and so funny.
Can you tell me if Elaine Dickinson is on this flight?
Oh, yeah, she is on board.
I'd like one ticket to Chicago.
You're right.
Screw this guy. He said...
Smoking or non-smoking?
Smoking, please.
He'll be okay.
It's smoking or not smoking. Gets him a smoking ticket.
That's awesome.
Can you imagine being on a plane with smoking?
Hell
I mean, the
no.
joke's funny, but I can't imagine that existence.
I would never. I would leave.
Stryker, this is Red Leader 4. Primary target covered by fog.
A man afraid of planes in a movie called Airplane is a good bit.
That honky muff me mess my old lady?
God damn it.
It started with golly.
So to say I won't sing. Freddie J, I did the same old. Knock yourself a pro slick.
This joke has layers of uncomfortability.
Lay it down and smack 'em, yak 'em.
Yeah, Coy.
Like, here we are. Oh, wait, here we is watching Airplane.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. The quietest minute we've had. I was like, we'll just navigate this real quick. It also doesn't let jokes end, which I respect. Like, another movie would have had that one joke, but he's still got a smoking ticket.
Yeah, the gags are continuous. It's great. I hope we go back to the guy in the car at the end of the movie.
Yeah, or like midway through the flight. I think he needs one more. We've only had 2 for the rule of 3.
Yeah.
Nervous?
Yes.
First time.
No, I've been nervous lots of times.
What?
Hi, we'll be taking off real soon, so I better fasten you in tight. Thank you.
Oh, this is going to be horrible.
This child is not going to go well.
God, Bill, I'm gonna miss you so much.
Oh, I'm gonna miss you too.
They're dead. Those people are dying.
100%.
Promise you right.
Every day.
Their conductor?
Better get on board, son.
I love them making fun of the train.
Every transportation joke. It's a movie about transportation jokes.
Yeah, exactly. Plane jokes, train jokes, all the above.
Automobile jokes to come.
Yep.
Have your picture taken the minute you get there. Send me one, all right?
This is so good. Oh, shit. No. Stop it. Oh, my God.
Relay departure frequency 123.9er.
Roger.
Huh?
Is his name Roger?
Flight 209er, clear for Vector 324.
We have clearance, Clarence.
Roger, Roger. What's our vector, Victor?
Too good. The writing is so funny.
Roger, over.
Listen, the Who's on First of Airplane
Yeah, it
Jacks.
really is. The Victor, Clarence, Roger.
Feel all right, sir?
I haven't flown for a long time.
It is a
Okay.
weird thing to say, guy. It's an ominous just staring at a stewardess. Nope.
You're odd.
We'll be cruising at
Look at all this space they used to have.
Ugh.
Our arrival time in Chicago.
Boy's life. What the hell?
Also, things just like fly around. Like, were they not closed back then?
I guess they didn't care. They're like, yeah, we got it.
We'll figure it out. Nun's Life. A boy reading Nun's Life.
Would you like something to read?
Do you have anything light?
How about this leaflet, famous Jewish sports legends?
Yes, thank you.
Damn.
It's a real specific jab of the time.
What are you doing here?
Elaine, I've got to talk to you.
Excuse me.
Their interaction is so melodramatic.
No wonder you're upset. She's lovely and a darling figure. Supple, pouting. Firm thigh.
No!
It's a shame you two don't get along.
Wow.
Jesus Christ, woman.
Wow.
I remember when we first met.
She's like, oh, God.
It was a rough place, the seediest dive on the wharf, populated with every reject and cutthroat.
Reject.
Real ones.
It's us.
We don't hear that word enough in movies. We don't get to have that moment.
Don't. God damn.
I was like, it doesn't look so bad. Girl Scout fight.
That escalated so quickly.
So violent. I like that they're grown women, like full-size 30-year-old women in Girl Scout. I think they might be getting older.
Oh, my God.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he knows what's up. I don't know
Just
what that
turns
dance
into a
is.
disco, like the whole set changed.
I didn't go there that night to fall in love. I just dropped in for a couple of drinks. But suddenly, there she
This
was.
movie is insanity.
It is such good absurdism.
I was captivated, entranced.
So is he.
I had to ask the guy next to me to pinch me to make sure I wasn't dreaming. But that night, fate was on my side.
Oh, no. Oh, God. Stay alive, friend. Yeah.
She's just mirroring his moves. It's so good. Now's your chance.
Love at first disco.
Bee Gees bringing people together.
One glance at a time. No.
I feel like this outfit might be a reference.
I-
This is obviously Saturday Night, but like I think her
Both
in
of their
that,
fits?
yeah, like him in a Navy outfit, maybe.
If it is, I haven't seen it.
Okay, but then yeah, Saturday Night Fever, I assume is this.
Okay.
Right now the live chat's just like it's obviously, and I'm like I'm sorry.
Oh, God. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Tossed at, set it down.
You see the wires?
She's just so casually doing it.
In the extras, too. Get it. Go, white boy. Go, white boy. Hey. With the wires again.
That's so good. Oh, yeah, the wire's holding up his hips so he can do it.
Yeah. They're still fighting. This is a long flashback.
It's as long as the movie so far. I feel like we have flashback to the same runtime.
I never wanted it to end. I guess I still don't. But enough about me. I hope this hasn't been boring for you. It's just that whenever I start to...
No! No! Jesus Christ! Oh, that's the type of joke they would never make today. And it's so funny. Oh, here we go.
Oh, Ted, I never knew I could be so happy.
So sandy.
Just all the plants.
My squadron ships out tomorrow. We're bombing the storage depots at Daiquiri at 1800 hours. We're coming in from the north.
When will you be back?
Can't tell you that. It's classified.
Just describe the whole mission, but when he comes back, it's classified.
I love you, Elaine.
I love you.
Catfish.
We have a visitor. This is Joey Hammond.
You ever been in a cockpit before?
No, sir, I've never been up in a plane before.
You ever seen a grown man naked?
What?
Yep.
What did you say?
We better get back now, Joey.
No.
Save that child.
Get her out of there.
Wait a minute. You play basketball for the Los Angeles Lakers.
I'm sorry, son, but you must have me confused with someone else.
That's great.
My name is Roger Murdoch.
Just Kareem impersonating a pilot.
You don't even run down court, and that you don't really try, except during the playoffs.
The hell I don't.
It'll be different, like it was in the beginning, remember?
I remember how you used to hold me. Each new day was created only for us.
That's the way I've always wanted it to be, Elaine.
But it won't be. Not as long as you insist on living in the past.
This movie is
a MasterCard hospital sign.
Okay, Robert, slipping down.
STP.
The sponsor is an old oil company. So the outside's got MasterCard, the inside's got sponsorship. Clever.
Headquarters, what is it?
Well, it's a big building with generals. That's not important right now. They've cleared you of any blame for what happened on that raid.
Because of my mistake, 6 men didn't return from that raid.
7. Lieutenant Zip died this morning.
Damn.
Hey, Stryker, how about a break? I'm getting tired.
America.
Yeah, all right. Take 5.
What?
This movie does not cease to amaze me.
Madness.
That's crazy.
It's Lieutenant Hurwitz. Severe shell shock. Thinks he's Ethel Merman.
You'll be swell. You'll be great. Gonna have the whole world on a plate.
I'm assuming that's a woman named Ethel Merman.
I was going to say the same. I assume that's actually her. That's a reference before our time.
Yep, that's a woman I do not know, but I'm sure the joke was good for them.
I'm sure everyone in the 1980s loved that
There are
one.
many jokes from the 2000s. I'm sure Gen Z would be like, who's Ethel Merman? But the equivalent.
Yep.
Would either of you like another cup of coffee?
I will, but Jim won't.
I think I will have another cup of coffee.
Jim never has a second cup of coffee at home.
What?
You jealous of coffee habits?
Those are random.
Do you mind if I talk to your daughter?
Oh, you have a guitar.
I thought maybe you'd like to hear a song.
Uh-oh.
This is one of my favorites.
It's just death metal.
Traveled the banks of the river of Jordan to find where it flows to the sea.
That's unexpected.
Looked in the eyes of the cold and the hungry. Saw what it all means in the end. And they told me again and again. There is only one river.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Only one sea.
Oh, no.
Jesus, no, God. No, please.
What's the fish
What is
face?
this face? Just like crunched. Oh,
I mean,
God.
it's effective, but oh, no. You can tell it's just like 10 comedians in a room, like rapid fire Reddit jokes, and they just filmed a ton of them. Like, it's like.
Yeah, it's just back to back.
And then melodramatic loose plot with the two of them. Other than that, it's just
continuous, right?
Yeah, after the war, just wanted to get as far away from things.
Oh, it's that one actor. Oh, you know, like him. He looks so familiar.
We were assigned to an isolated tribe.
Yeah?
It was really a challenge during the year introducing them to our Western culture.
Anaconda hat's dope.
Yo.
It'll help you better prepare storing foods for the up-and-coming monsoon months.
Avon lady. People used to drive Tupperware door to door and sell them. And this is her doing a pitch for like selling Tupperware door to door.
Oh, okay.
These people had been completely isolated from civilization.
God damn it.
Her with Avon, him with basketball.
Then gradually worked them up to rudimentary game skills, and finally advanced. I was patient with them, and they were eager to learn.
You teach them how to make soul food next?
Yep, naturally.
When we re-enlist, I'll teach them baseball.
It's time for us to go back home to the plans we made before the war.
A lot of people made plans before the war. Elaine had doubts about our relationship, and that, as much as anything else, led to my drinking problem.
Drinking problem. That's a good
I
joke.
could go on for hours, but I'd probably start to bore you.
No!
I really couldn't blame Elaine. She wanted to come.
I think that's James Hahn. Everything Everywhere?
James Hahn?
I think so, yeah.
Like a very young James Hahn?
Yeah, yeah.
The fake mustache threw me. I don't know.
Oh, it's my stomach. I haven't felt this awful since we saw that Ronald Reagan film.
That's a 1980s reference.
Yep. He was an actor before he was a president.
That he was. He liked jelly beans.
Captain, one of the women passengers is very sick.
Find out if there's a doctor on board.
Just lets himself in.
Joey, have you ever been in a Turkish prison?
I should have had that second cup of coffee.
I don't know why that got me.
All of his other creepy jokes, but that's the one.
It's so random.
The second coffee payoff. I
Jim
have
never vomits at home.
He must be cheating on me.
Oh, man.
Excuse me, sir. I'm sorry I have to wake you. You a doctor?
That's right.
Oh,
There
he's
he
finally-
is.
oh, wow, he's in this.
Second act introduction.
Right. But he's the cover of the movie.
Yeah, he literally is like the only thing I knew about this movie.
Let me see your tongue.
What? Is he a doctor magician? What the fuck?
What's happening?
What is going on? How do they do this? What the hell?
I think he's putting one in her mouth as he takes one out.
But the three right there. What the? There's another one. They haven't cut. What the hell?
Oh, man.
You'd better tell the captain we've got to land as soon as we can. This woman has to be gotten to a hospital.
What is it?
It's a big building with patients, but that's not important right now.
Oh, I love Leslie Nielsen's delivery.
Roger, take over.
Okay, so our boy's going to have to fly the plane, right?
Ah, at some point.
Yeah. He's afraid of plane. That's going to be his arc for the movie.
The rest might be chaos, but there must be an arc. There must be one.
They have to have some reason in this chaos.
How soon can you land?
I can't tell.
You can tell me I'm a doctor.
No, I mean, I'm just not sure.
Or can't you take a guess?
Well, not for another 2 hours.
You can't take a guess for another 2 hours?
Oh, wow. What a great bit.
Oh, no. Oh, it's so good.
My face hurts.
Yeah, no, it's been like 45 minutes of just cheeks. I'm just laughing.
What is it, Doctor? Haven't seen anything like this since the Anita Bryant concert. What was it we had for dinner tonight?
That's a 1980s reference.
There's been some of those.
There are 2 more sick people, and the rest of the passengers are worried.
Find out what the 2 sick people had for dinner. This is Captain Over speaking. We're now flying over Hoover Dam, and a little later on, we'll pass just to the south of the Grand Canyon.
Nothing to see here.
One thing, do you know what he had for dinner?
Yes, of course. We both had fish. Why?
Oh, it's nothing to be alarmed.
Dr. Rumick, Mr. Hammond ate fish, and Randy said there are 5 more cases, and they all had fish, too.
Every passenger on this plane who had fish for dinner will become violently ill in the next half hour.
Oh, no.
Starts with the slight fever, dryness of the throat. As the virus penetrates the red blood cells, the victim becomes dizzy.
It's real time.
Causing severe muscle spasms, followed by the inevitable drooling.
Oh, jeez.
Accompanied by uncontrollable flatulence, until finally the poor bastard is reduced to a quivering, wasted piece of jelly.
Inevitably.
Yep. Naturally.
There it is.
That's great. You're doing great.
Good.
You're doing great, guy.
Roger, Elaine. Roger, I read you. This is Steve McCroskey at Chicago Airport.
Hold all takeoffs. I don't want another plane in the air. Stan, go upstairs to the tower and get a runway diver. Terry, check down the field for emergency equipment.
There's no possible place they can land. They'll have to come through to Chicago.
Looks like I picked the wrong week to quit smoking. Check your altitude.
35,000 feet. No, wait, 34,000 feet. It's dropping fast. Why is it?
He's turning his head.
Stop the automatic pilot. It's deflating.
On the belt line of the automatic pilot, there is a hollow tube. Now, that is the manual inflation nozzle. Pull it out and blow on it.
We know where this is going in a PG movie.
Oh, jeez. Yep.
This is a PG movie. I know PG-13 didn't exist yet, but that's crazy.
That's pretty wild.
That's crazy.
I had a feeling they're going to do that.
Oh, man, the face. She's smoking, too.
Oh, this movie.
Oh, man, his smug eyebrows. Oh, that's
Beautiful.
good. And now he's coasting along just fine.
Oh, he's doing real good. He can fly this plane, no problem.
Is there anyone on board who can land this plane?
His drinking problem.
Damn it.
The life of everyone on board depends upon just one thing. Finding someone back there who can not only fly this plane, but who didn't have fish for dinner.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your stewardess speaking. There's no reason to become alarmed. By the way, is there anyone on board who knows how to fly a plane?
Oh, my God. Oh, PG
movie. Oh, man.
Wow.
Hello, I'm Paul Carey from the airline. I'm here to pick up Captain Kramer.
I'll bet you have exciting things happen all the time down there.
Well, airline business does have its moments.
Damn.
Are you a pilot yourself?
No, I'm in.
Just unbelievable. How many times I've warned those people about food inspection?
Scrambling.
All right, let's get out of here.
I like how the violence is not
He wasn't a mirror. He just walked through the door. What just happened?
What?
He just stepped through what I thought was a mirror.
I don't
blew
even
my
know.
mind. I don't know how to comprehend what I just saw.
No thought of drainage in mind, so we had to take a special.
Another guy taking himself out from the story still.
God.
Excuse me, sir. The captain needs someone to help him with the radio. Do you know anything about planes?
Well, I flew in the war, but that was years ago.
Would you go up, please?
The flame getting bigger. Please.
Just save that man's life.
Can you fly this plane and land it?
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious, and don't call me Shirley.
That's where that line comes from.
I vaguely heard that before.
I never knew. I've heard him say it. Didn't know why. I think that's why he looks familiar. I think I've seen that 5 seconds before.
Okay.
Because I'm like, this guy.
You're the only one on this plane who can possibly fly it.
There he is.
Yes.
We wanted that third landing joke. $113 in 1980.
Wow.
It's your wife. I want the kids in bed by night. I want the dog fed, the yard watered, and the gate locked. And get a note to the milkman. No more cheese. Where the hell is Kramer?
That's great.
So I think the joke is just the archetype of that type of character, but I was afraid I was missing more, but I like that last bit.
One of the passengers is going to land that plane. I know this guy.
What the hell?
Name's Ted Stryker. I flew with him during the war. It won't make my job any easier tonight.
I gotta look like a giant.
What a weird use of green screen. What is happening?
All the pieces want to stick to the mission.
What is happening?
Oh, what the hell?
He's telling like a sincere story.
What are you doing here? You can't fly this plane.
Everyone on this plane is in a desperate situation. This is the only hope we've got.
I've got to get out of here. Calm down. Get a hold of yourself.
Stewardess, please let me handle this.
I've got to get...
Jesus Christ.
I'll take care of this. Calm down. Calm down. Get a hold of yourself.
Doctor, you're wanted on the phone.
Jesus Christ.
Sister, please, I'll handle this.
Is there a line? No. God,
Right to the
oh my God. Oh, wow.
Donations to the Reverend Moon?
Glad this joke came back.
He's trained. He's practiced.
Scientology?
Or nuclear power?
Did people used to do this in airports?
Security, before there was like the no security, yeah, it was crazy.
Oh, wow.
I've only seen it in movies. I didn't live it. I'm not that old, but yeah. Amazing.
It's awesome. I want to do that. That looks fun.
Yeah, it'd be a fun roll to book. Baggage.
That's the whole story there, Rex. Everything we know.
All right, Steve, let's face a few facts. Let me tell you something, Steve.
I thought he was about to have a third pair on.
Yeah.
A long time ago.
What?
Stryker, this is Captain Rex Kramer.
Yes, Captain Kramer.
So what do you say you and I just forget about everything except what we have to do now?
Is he the Unsolved Mysteries guy?
I don't know.
His voice sounds so familiar all of a sudden.
One hope is to build this man up. I'm going to give him all the confidence I can.
If it is him, he looks super old.
Flying a plane is no different than riding a bicycle.
First, I want you to get the feel of the plane. Later, we'll run down the landing procedure.
All right, I'm going to unlock the automatic pilot.
Don't worry about that. It's perfectly normal.
Yes, the stewardess is here with me.
Okay, I thought it was going to be worse, but still.
It's such a day in the suit.
What's going on? We have a right to know the truth.
All right, I'm going to level with you all. Most important thing now is that you remain calm. There's no reason to panic.
You have a fake nose. He's Pinocchio.
He isn't going to grow, is he?
But the other two pilots are just fine.
Can I get you something?
It's your mofo, butter lamb into the bone.
Oh, yeah, you got the fish.
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
Cuddy say can't hang.
Oh, stewardess, I speak jive.
Oh, good.
Wow.
He's in great pain and he wants to know if you can help him.
The old lady casting is
Of course she
immaculate.
Just hang loose, blood. She can catch up a man out on the med side.
No!
My mama raised no dummies. I duck a rap.
Cut me some slack, Jeff.
I don't know what to do with my body.
It really didn't work for me before, but now it really, like, this version of the joke, some reason, like, was so funny. Like, earlier I was like, but now.
Yeah.
Old
yeah.
woman saying blood with 3 U's really worked for me. You just picked up props.
I don't know. I don't know what to do.
Oh, man. Ooh.
Mrs. Over, this is Ed Macias calling from the airport. There's some trouble on your husband's flight. We don't know how serious it is yet, but Steve McCroskey thought...
Is that a mafia house?
What the hell?
So we're sleeping in her bed? What's going on?
I've got to go to the airport. You can let yourself out the back door. There's juice in the refrigerator.
She's having an affair with a horse. How did they even film that? How did they get a horse to lay down? I mean, okay. They're like cartoon jokes in live action. Like, there was a horse in that bed.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
How you doing, honey?
That man's eyebrows are amazing.
Turn on some air.
In the background.
Look at those eyebrows.
And that beard. Like, combo.
Oh, that's why you cast that man.
Come in, check the radar range. Anything yet?
It's about 2 more minutes, Chief.
This movie's ridiculous.
Can't take much more of this. Looks like I picked the wrong week to quit amphetamines.
I wouldn't have expected that joke to go through. That was... Meteorite lands near baby.
Oh,
trying to catch all the
references, right? Go so fast.
But there's already a picture of it. Like, what?
They bought their tickets. They knew what they were getting into. I say, let them crash.
I don't understand that reference.
I think Counterpoint was just a contrarian thing. I'm assuming, like, you know, like a news that was like, we like to argue. That was probably some, I'm guessing.
I'm scared. I've never been so scared. And besides, I'm 26 and I'm not married.
Dr. Rumack, do you have any idea when we'll be landing?
Pretty soon. How you bearing up?
To be honest, I've never been so scared. But at least I have a husband.
Damn. It's wild how non-existent he was in the first half of the movie, but he's super present
the lead
in the second.
It's such a weird choice. Like, do we need a doctor? And then now he's the lead. I mean, he must have already been huge, so maybe that was the idea. Is like, then you bring in Leslie Nielsen, but it's an odd choice.
Yeah. Odd way to do it.
How many planes did he crash?
Jesus Christ, guy.
Like the old time, we're going back to like the Wright brothers.
What the
Every plane injury.
Oh, rats. I forgot to check the oil pressure. When Kramer hears about this, the shit's gonna hit the fan.
Oh, jeez. Of course it is.
I was crazy to think I could land this plane. I don't have what it takes.
Bad news. The fog is getting thicker.
And Leon's getting larger.
Okay.
I was in the war myself. On late duty one night when they brought in a badly wounded pilot from one of the raids. Like he said, I'm glad. Captain made the right decision. The pilot's name was George Zip.
George Zip said that?
Excuse me, Doc. I've got a plane to land.
All right, Stryker, you better stay up there for a bit.
I didn't get so messed up.
Yeah, like what happened to the actual
prop?
It's probably because of that. Like they probably did like 10 takes and he started chipping.
Yeah, definitely.
Which implies they only had one of that guy.
We've got to land now.
You know what a landing like this means, you more than anybody. I'm ordering you to stay up there.
I'm giving the orders and we're coming in. I guess the foot's on the other hand now, isn't it, Kramer?
What? Oh, man. That was a great little bit of recognition.
How soon do we land?
Oh, it won't be long now. Try not to worry.
Jesus. Very comforting.
Crash test dummies, but airplane.
Roberts, check all air traffic within 5 miles. Get that finger out of your ear. You don't know where that finger's been.
Dave.
Got a cigarette now?
Linda.
Kansas?
In a moment, we'll ask you to assume crash positions. And when I give the word, pull the cord on the right side flat. The passengers are ready.
Thanks, Randy. You better leave, sweetheart. You might get hurt up here.
She said, move for me, I guess.
Ted, I wanted you to know now I'm very proud.
Put out all runway lights except Niner.
Maybe we ought to turn on the searchlights now.
No, that's just what they'll be expecting us to do.
What?
I think he's Unsolved Mysteries. I think that was like a line from that.
I'm gonna be so real. I don't think I've seen Unsolved Mysteries.
Really?
I don't think so.
Oh, dude, it was such a like I'm sick home from school show.
Ugh.
Eating saltines and soup and watching Unsolved Mysteries.
Land too fast, use your emergency brakes. Red handle's right in front of you. That doesn't stop you. You should be able to see the field now.
Sure is quiet out there.
Yeah, too quiet.
Looks like I picked the wrong week to quit blue.
What a great bit.
Stryker, you're coming in too fast.
I know. He's coming right at us!
Watch for that crosswind. Level it out. Aim for the numbers. Keep your eyes on the far end of the runway.
Oh no.
Hold the right handle.
I just want to tell you both good luck. We're all counting on you.
This is the one thing I've seen.
I've seen this
is the
meme, I
one,
think.
Yeah. That's the only thing I've seen from this movie.
Oh, man. I'd like to tell you good luck. We're all counting on you.
Oh, woof. Oh, God.
I just want to tell you both, good luck. We're all counting on you.
Stryker, you all right?
Yeah.
I think the most impressive part is the fact that his back's not sweating.
That's true. After all that.
Ted, that was probably the lousiest landing in the history of this airport. I'd like to buy you a drink and shake your hand. And Ted, I just want you to know that when the going got rough.
Okay, all right. Have a nice day.
He takes off.
Jeez. Yep. That's how that works. Did they give him an eyelid to wink? They did. Oh! There he is.
That's
why. Yep. The end. Oh. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. #1 credit in the movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know this became a franchise. Do you know how many of these there are?
I don't. I know there's a bunch of Naked Guns, but I don't know how many of these there are. I need to look up immediately the guy's name and see if he was on Unsolved Mysteries as soon as we see it. Robert Stack.
There's Kramer. Steven Stucker.
Unsolved Mysteries.
Oh, you're right.
Man, that was driving me insane.
What year was that show? Oh, 2003 RIP.
That's what he's like mainly known for. All right.
Otto as himself was the dummy.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
87 to 2022.
Wow.
He did not host the whole time.
Well, yeah.
But 87 would have been 7 years after this when he started.
Huh.
Crazy. That was
Okay.
driving me nuts. The whole second half. Wait, Jonathan Banks? Like, no way.
Young Jonathan Banks?
Like
we gotta
from
see if
Better Call Saul. From Breaking Bad.
James Hong. Haha.
It was.
Yes.
Great call.
I recognize
Great
that man.
Call. Still a legend.
Still a legend. Recognize that face anywhere. If you haven't seen Everything Everywhere All at Once, he's great in it, plus many other things.
Yeah, no, he's got some of the most credits of anyone. Is like, I think he's like 151 credits or something insane.
Really?
Like James Hong is like one of the most prolific.
God dang.
Yeah.
He's a treasure.
If you are listening to this on Spotify or iTunes, we just watched Airplane and had a hell of an experience. That was a PG film.
That was a PG film. PG.
What was the iconically? What was the first PG-13 film? It's like a big deal that it was the first PG-13. It's like a main blockbuster, but it came after this, and I think this is a great example of why it came after this.
Yeah.
I think this mile per minute humor is a delightful. What a different take. We don't get. They say all the time, I think it's the most trite thing, but they say they don't make them like this anymore.
Definitely do not.
With Airplane, they don't make them like this anymore. My cheeks hurt. I laughed a lot. I was a little worried. Sometimes humor doesn't hold up or it's a piece of the time. I'm sure there was so much more that we didn't understand. There were references we could acknowledge that we didn't understand, but I'm sure there was even more. So at the time, I can't imagine how funny this was, but now it's so funny. What'd you think, man?
Yeah, I thought it was really funny. I had a really good time watching it. And I think just to go off of what you were saying, the fact that, comedy is a very subjective experience. So the fact that we were able to laugh so often, and this movie came out 44 years ago, Jesus Christ, and it still holds up is just a testament to the fact that, comedy is, if when done right, is something that is timeless.
Yeah.
And watching it, the thing that made it the best for me was that classic thing of comedies being in threes, or the literal nature of how they would tell a joke. And, even some stuff like some of the more edgy jokes, I feel like... I personally find like dark humor funny, but obviously we don't see it as much, or at least not in the same way.
More Irish comedies, man. You got to watch more Irish comedies.
I really do. But they don't do it as much in like more mainstream movies.
That's real.
So I think the fact that this movie was just fearless in all the different types of humor that it had made it that much more enjoyable. Not everything landed, maybe because of like where we are culturally and combination of just being later.
He's
still in the car.
Still in the cab.
Well, I'll give him another 20 minutes. But that's it.
I didn't even know they did post-credit scenes back
I did
then.
1980? No.
Wow.
That's great. So I think that might be the earliest post-credit scene I've ever seen.
That is the first post-credit scene. Maybe it started it. Airplane making history.
That was, yeah, I agree with what you're saying about like the different types of comedy. I think that allowed for like a scatter shot approach where like, oh, that's not as funny to me, but this next joke is, or like this one didn't work, but this one did. And I mean, it was joke a second. Like that was so high volume, but like most of it worked. It really was, it felt like a comedy room. It felt like a stand-up thing where like, let's try this. And some of it felt like genuinely like an animated movie. Like that horse bit felt like a cartoon. And like most of it worked. I was really impressed.
Yeah. I was really impressed with that, but also the actors we had on display. And I think what makes jokes funny is the seriousness in which the characters take it, you know, because obviously we know it's in a comedy, but the more the stakes are real for the characters, the funnier it is.
And
like, the melodramatic was funny. The two leads were great.
The two leads were like straight to everyone else's slapstick.
Exactly.
And Leslie Nielsen was straight. So the three leads,
all
straight, delivering like the jokes, but they were all no slapstick really for them. It was dialogue driven or melodrama driven. It is for some reason playing Lord of the Rings next. What correlation is there possibly between? All right, I'm going to stop.
Is this the extended edition or is this the original?
Dude, I haven't seen the extended edition of Lord of the Rings since theaters. I have not seen those movies in 20 years.
They played them in theaters, the extended ones?
I don't remember if they played them or if I was working in a movie theater and played them myself. But I've seen them. But that was when, like, either I saw them in theaters or I brought my DVD when it first came out. But I literally have not seen them since then. And I think I'm due for a rewatch. Because I've been thinking about it lately. I just haven't seen Lord of the Rings in 20 years.
It's been a long time for me, too.
So, like, maybe that's... Audience, let us know.
Let us know.
Since Airplane is so related, why didn't it just start playing that?
Fellowship of the Rings. I'd be down.
But man, that was... that I need to look up Jonathan Banks.
Oh, please.
Because he, I think, is the same Jonathan Banks.
I did not recognize him if it is.
Airplane.
But yeah, everyone was great. You know what I miss? Leslie Nielsen, because I remember vaguely watching the Naked Gun movies as in my youth, but him being so serious, the level of comedy that comes from that was just unmatched. From him as an individual, not all the gags from the other characters or bits, but I just think he is so funny. His serious delivery, his unbroken eye contact, it's just so goddamn funny, and it makes me want to go back and watch those other Naked Gun movies, which funny enough, I don't really remember what happened in those. I know I've
only seen the third one because I thought the title was funny.
The
like
third
3
one?
and a third.
Oh.
Because the title was funny to me, so I think I rented it. Like back when you rented movies by the cover. I think I rented it at like a Hollywood Video in like 97. Like
so you don't remember it. Okay.
So that would be probably the next logical watch for us. If you guys liked this and want us, we could do Naked Gun through 3.
Yeah.
Because I definitely don't remember 3. Dude, Jonathan Banks was the guy.
No way.
You can see it in his profile.
Wow.
That like close up while the guy was doing laundry. That was Jonathan Breaking Bad Banks.
He's been around.
I mean, I knew he was in Gremlins, but
he's in Gremlins? Also never seen Gremlins.
Dude.
Never seen Gremlins.
He is so good in Gremlins.
Holy crap.
Yeah. This is like one of those casts. Let's see if we can.
One of those casts. Wow.
He's like the cop.
Ah, man.
He goes to the other side of the law. He breaks bad after Gremlins.
No, don't tell me. Okay. I thought you were giving me a Gremlins
I'm not
spoiler.
giving you a Gremlins spoiler. So
Okay,
you're
cool,
safe.
cool,
I'm
cool.
saying I was making a facetious reference to time passing. But this movie had so much mile per minute comedy. Most of it worked.
Mm-hmm.
It had such original, different formatting for the bevy of comedy.
Totally.
It had a great cast. Clearly, we're looking at people going like, oh my God, they're still working today 44 years later.
Mm-hmm.
And overall, like the timelessness you were talking to, I do think is rare because even comedies from like the 2000s, I don't generally watch again. And sometimes I'll rewatch me like, oh, I like that then, but it was reliant on the time.
Right.
A great example is what's the not the scary movie, superhero movie. Watched superhero movie recently on the channel with Andrew, and like it wasn't that funny, and this was, and there's similar goals. Like superhero movie was like mile per minute joke, reference, but it wasn't as quality of writing, and like this should arguably be more distant from my exposure. I wasn't even alive for another 8 years, much less cognizant of the times and what it's referencing. So the fact that this was this funny is really impressive as far as like it being timeless, the comedy writing being so punchy, it working today. That's more impressive to me than anything.
Yeah, I think watching movies like that. Then me and Tara watched You, Me, and Irene, and we didn't really like that one that much.
Me, Myself, and Irene?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Me, Myself, and Irene. And I feel like movies of the 2000s eras are very much like of their time. Like you had to be there to find those things funny, especially like the spoof movies as well.
Spoof movies, I would say, especially. I think there are like, I mean, I still love Without a Paddle and Rat Race and Austin Powers, and there were some that were like,
that work.
Yeah, but overall, like I don't find myself rewatching them except for the ones I loved. Like movies I liked in the 2000s, I don't rewatch. The ones I loved, I don't even know if I can separate myself from loving them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, so those comedies I love, so they might even be funny to someone else now. But I love them too much to know.
But it's interesting because I guess you can consider this a spoof movie to some degree.
This, 100%.
Yeah, but I think, I don't know, maybe there's like a delineation between like the 2000 spoof movies, which are referencing other properties, where this is just making jokes that are funny, that are universal.
And I'm sure there's a few jokes in there that were references of the Saturday Night Live joke. Like there were, but like it doesn't rely on them as the only sense of humor.
Exactly.
So I think that's the difference is if you're going to make something this slapstick, it needs to be more universal.
Yeah.
And most of it worked.
Yeah, and this, I would say, the last movie him and I watched was Beetlejuice, and that movie was great.
Oh, man.
I think the funniest, this could be in contention with the funniest movie I've watched on this channel, which is Blues Brothers. I thought Beetlejuice was really funny, but Blues Brothers had me dying. Watch that with John. You guys can find it somewhere in a link somewhere. But
I've never seen Blues Brothers.
Oh, dude, you'd love it. It's so good. It's awesome. You should definitely watch it. But I think the thing that Beetlejuice, Blues Brothers, and Airplane all have in common is the more simplistic the plot, the more room for craziness, the more room for expansive imagination you can put within the simplicity of your plot. Because it's like, okay, people go on plane has accident, needs to be landed. That's it. But all the things that happens in between those things, madness, insanity, and how they execute it. And I think watching that unfold over that hour and a half and with the different ways they play with the tropes of that only enhance the experience, coupled with the fact that they're just a volume of jokes. So you're just having a wide splatter. So it's more likely the odds of those jokes landing are higher. But also, I will say, I think we live in a time where, you know, certain things are humor's changed like widely, whether it's like more absurdist or more, you know, dry or whatnot, or maybe just it's regional, because you said like Irish humor has been very dark.
Yeah, Irish humor is pretty dark. Like, have you ever seen any Mark McDonagh movies like In Bruges, Banshees of Inisherin, Billboards Outside of Ebbing, Missouri?
I've seen like, Banshees of Inisherin.
Okay, so that's Mark McDonagh. That's an Irish playwright turned screenwriter, and that's like that kind of humor.
Oh, okay.
So it's tinged with dark. In Bruges is my favorite comedy of all time, and it's very Irish. It's literally about two hitmen that a hit goes wrong, and they're supposed to hide out in Bruges. And in Bruges is this like picturesque place, but they're so bored, like they're like losing their mind bored. But it's a hitman comedy. And it's so good. And the reason they're stuck there is so dark. And the whole basis for the film is impossibly dark, but the movie has this upliftingness because you're comparing your darkness to theirs. And I think that's why I like Irish humor.
Interesting. Okay, I would love to watch that.
Yeah, dude, and Banshees of Inisherin, it got like a Best Picture nom 2 years ago.
I
highly
remember
recommend.
That. Yeah, I saw that one in theaters. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and I mean that movie's about like a friendship ending, and like that movie's so dark. They're just stuck in the dour void of like this island where they're like, what do we do here?
Yeah, I don't spoil what happens in that one for the people, but I think that that one's definitely great. But what was I saying about the darkness of the comedy? Oh,
regional.
Oh yes, the fact that it does play on, you know, kind of like some taboo or darker jokes or stereotypes, but I feel like it doesn't. It does. You say racist?
I said 3 sneezes. Usually I sneeze at 2, so I said 3 sneezes. But I love that you're like racist. I love that the timing of you making a point. I was like 3 sneezes could even be heard as racist. 3 sneezes. So you were going to talk about racism.
I was going to talk about racism.
Sneezing. Oh, man.
Because I was
That's
like,
right, America. I'm allergic to racism. Oh, sorry. What were we going to say?
He's a man of the people. But I was going to say, hey, cast a wide net in its humor of whether it was like racial humor or if it was like of sexist stereotypes or whatnot. I think that because it had a wider net of things that it was making fun of, it makes it easier to laugh at it. Granted, I don't think all of the jokes landed. Some of the jokes made me go, ugh, but like I feel like it you know, it succeeded in the fact that it was trying to poke fun at everybody.
There were two interesting, and I completely agree, and I think that's important. If you're going to take jabs, you should take as unilateral, you know, as many pocket jabs as you can. And I think as long as like it's in positive humor, for the most part, it was. And that was an interesting moment. Like the two bits that we both didn't find funny at first. Like there was obviously the jive talk bit didn't work for me until the white woman was kind of like with the joke.
Yeah.
That landed for whatever reason differently because it didn't feel like it was jabbing at anyone. It felt like it was making fun of the situation. So I thought that was funny. But
I thought it was funny too.
There was a funny moment where you and I read a thing differently, and if it was what you thought it was, I wouldn't have found it funny. But the movie hadn't been malicious yet, in my opinion. So when the autopilot was like groping her, I thought that was as far as it was going to go. You thought it was going to get darker.
Yeah.
And I could tell when I was laughing, you were like, whoa, what? And I was like, I hope the movie is as light as I think it is. And it was a really funny moment because like we're watching this live. You guys are going to see our reaction.
Yeah.
But if it got darker, I would have been like, oh God. But I trusted that the movie hadn't done that yet. Like the movie hadn't gotten malicious yet. The closest it got was like, you know, when I was like, I don't know about this kind of subtitle comedy. But then that woman joke, there was enough levity. So blissfully, the darker it got, I was like, oh, but they're not going this far. And I think that's also important. Not only do you need to punch unilaterally, you also need to make sure that it's not like so dark that you have the fear of the jokes that you've made earlier feeling malicious.
Yeah, and also if you're going to make a dark joke, if you are going to take that route, I feel like taking it to its like highest absurdity brings it right back around to being funny. Like with the
woman hanging herself is dark as hell, but
Yeah.
that's not at anyone's expense.
Mhm.
It's just funny.
Yeah, but also I think that like when they're shaking the girl and like they were smacking her, and then you saw like a line of people with the weapons.
It wasn't funny until the fifth slap and the weapons.
Exactly.
Yeah, you gotta know where to go. So like darkness needs to be just absurdist where it can't be that like it's obviously a joke, or stuff like the woman hanging herself is not like that doesn't cost anyone anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, I mean, this is the rules of comedy and watching movies. But it's funny how there is an important line, and it is tricky with watching stuff from 1980, and there's always going to be people in the comments like, they don't make these like they used to and they should. There are jokes that shouldn't be made anymore. This one had less of those than I feared. I genuinely always worry when I watch something yesterday. But that is going to do it for our experience of Airplane. Let us know in the comments below what you thought of our journey. This is probably like, I'm really curious how this edit goes because usually there's gaps when we're not talking, but we were laughing throughout. So this might be, 82 minutes of the 89-minute movie.
There's maybe like 3 scenes we weren't talking.
Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And that's also a testament to how good it was. So if you want us to watch Naked Gun or anything else in this vein, let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this experience, let's talk about it down below. Leave a like, hit that subscription bell if you haven't yet. Much love, Reject Nation. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Tyler Hay.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
If there's anyone I would take a plane to right now in this moment, it would be to your house.
Oh, just land right on top of it.
I would land not only on top of it, I'd land in it.
In the house.
I would destroy your property.
The plane is coming from inside the house.
Crash the entire thing.
Through
I think
the
you live
wall
in an
of
apartment.
screens, yeah.
So we're taking out everyone in the
Crash
complex.
through the
Bellman.
unit and all the surrounding units.
Imagine the insurance money you can get from that, dude.
Yeah, this is a favor we're doing you.
You'd be able to finally move out of that apartment.
Your
You'd have
life
no
is about to
choice. It wouldn't even
change.
be there anymore.
Yeah.
And then where can you move that money to? You can use it to pack your shit up.
Yeah.
Move to California.
Absolutely.
Oh my God. You'd probably be injured from the flight. Then you get disability.
Dude,
you would get
that
disability.
settlement money from the airline. Get your whole life set up. You never have to do anything again.
It would be the best thing that ever happened to you.
No more working, just living.
That is my ultimate. I dream of these things.
And then you can come to LA and live with us.
I would love for you to live with us. I'd let you live in our pool that we
Dude.
don't own yet, but we would use your money that you
Get the pool.
to
'Cause
build
you get
the
to use
pool.
it too.
We could build you a house underneath the pool.
A subterranean pool boy house.
And then you would rise from the water.
And then
every day to get air.
And all you were allowed to wear while you live here is a Speedo. We want to see it all.
I love it, dude.
We want to see it all. There's a little bit of mystery, but we want to see it all.
I make them edible Speedos.
Edible, yeah. Fruit by the Speedo. Definitely.
Oh my
Like
God.
a fruit leather Speedo? Absolutely.
Tyler, there's so much.
And pull on the edge and like smack it on his buns.
If you can think it, you can make it.
If you can think it.
I really believe that we can do this.
We got it, Tyler. In fact, the plans are already in the works. Just get ready. If you hear the sound of a jet engine, just be ready to move.
I love you, Tyler.